Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture on printers and scanners for CRN 411. Now, our printer is a device that accepts text and graphic output from a computer and transfers the information to paper. It is generally an output device that allows you to get hard copies of information or data. Printers are commonly used output devices that produce a hard copy of documents stored in electronic form. That is, they put information from computer onto paper. There are various kinds of printers available today, like impact printers, bubble jet printers, laser printers, thermoprinters, etc. The different types of printers include impact, solid ink, thermal, inkjet, laser. A significant advantage of using a printer is the long list of features certain models include. Besides printing documents and photos, some printers can also scan, fax, and make copies. This means that a computer printer may actually replace several different machines, reducing clutter and streamlining a home office. Types of printers. Impact printers. Impact printers are among the old printing technologies which make use of inked ribbon to make an imprint on the paper. Impact printers are considered noisy when compared to other printers. The most common known impact printers are daisy wheel and dot matrix printers. Impact printers are the oldest printing technologies still in active production. Some of the largest printer vendors continue to manufacture, market, and support impact printers, parts, and supplies. Impact printers are most functional in specialized environments where low-cost printing is essential. The three common forms of impact printers are dot matrix, lazy wheel, and line printers. Daisy wheel printers. A daisy wheel printer works on the same principle as ball head typewriter. The daisy wheel printer consists of a disc made of plastic or metal on which characters stand out along the outer edge. The printer rotates the discs to print a character until the desired letter is facing the paper. After which a hammer called solenoid strikes, forcing the character to hit an ink ribbon, making a mark of the character of paper. If you have ever worked with a manual typewriter before, then you understand the technology concept behind daisy wheel printers. These printers have print heads composed of metallic or plastic wheels cut into petals. Each petal has a form of a letter in capital and in lowercase, number or punctuation mark on it. When the petal is struck against the printer ribbon, the resulting shape forces ink onto the paper. Daisy wheel printers are loud and slow. They cannot print graphics and cannot change font unless the print wheel is physically replaced. With the advent of laser printers, daisy wheel printers are generally not used in modern computing environments. The main disadvantage of this printer is that they make noise when printing, and these kind of printers cannot print graphics. The advantage is that they are not expensive and can produce letter quality texts. Dot matrix printers. A typical dot matrix printer is shown in the figure on the right-hand side. It consists of a print head, sheet guide assembly, plate and knob, and covers. The technology behind dot matrix printing is quite simple. The paper is pressed against a drum, a rubber-coated cylinder, and is intermittently pulled forward as printing progresses. The electromagnetically driven print head moves across the paper and strikes the printer ribbon situated between the paper and the print head pin. The impact of the print head against the print ribbon imprints ink dots on the paper, which form human-readable characters. Dot matrix printers vary in print resolution and overall quality with 9 or 24 pin print heads. The more pins per inch, the higher the print resolution. Most dot matrix printers have a maximum resolution of around 240 dots per inch. While this resolution is not as high as those possible in laser or inkjet printers, there is one distinct advantage to dot matrix printing. Because the printhead must strike the surface of the paper with enough force to transfer ink from a ribbon onto the page, it is ideal for environments that must produce carbon copies through the use of special multi-part documents. These documents have carbon or pressure-sensitive material on the underside and create a mark on the sheet underneath when pressure is applied. Retailers and small businesses often use carbon copies as receipts or bills of sale. Advantages of dot matrix printers include they can print on multi-part stationery or carbon copies. Lower printing costs compared with inkjet or laser, the reason being that dot matrix printers use a ribbon and rugged printing process. These can withstand unclean or dusty environment, whereas inkjet or laser jet printers require clean environment. Using the printers require negligible operator training. These printers usually cost less. The initial costs may be more, but running is negligible. The main disadvantage of dot matrix printers are they are noisy, but not as much as daisy wheel printers. The quality of print is not as good as laser and inkjet printers. These printers cannot be used for producing good quality images or for photos printing. These printers are slow compared with laser printers. Solid ink printers. Solid ink printers use ink in a waxy solid form than liquid form, which avoids problems like spillage. And these kinds of printers print one line at a time, and these printers are best suitable for graphic companies that need true color at a lower price than a color laser printer. A laser class printer that uses solid wax inks that are melted into a liquid before being used. Instead of jetting the ink onto the paper directly as inkjet printers do, solid ink printers jet the ink onto a drum. The advantages are good quality print, ease of use, and generate less wastage, and the disadvantages include power consumption. Solid ink printers are less sensitive to paper thickness and paper fibers. This allows printing on a number of different surfaces, including cycled handmade paper. So in general, the printers are divided into two, impact and non-impact. Some examples of impact printers are daisy wheel and dot matrix. Non-impact printers include inkjet, thermal, and laser. Let's have a look at this in more detail. Thermal printers. Thermal printers are of two kinds, direct thermal printer and thermal wax transfer printer. A thermal printer is a printer that makes use of heat in order to produce the image on paper. Thermal printing or direct thermal printing use a heat printhead to burn dots into the surface of special heat-sensitive paper. It is similar to older fax machines. The disadvantage is that the paper that is used gets darkened early, thus making it difficult to read. Now, thermal printing is a digital printing process which produces a printed image by passing paper with a thermochromic coating, commonly known as thermal paper, over a printhead consisting of tiny electrically heated elements. The coating turns black in the areas where it is heated, producing an image. Most thermal printers are monochrome, that is black and white, although some two-color designs exist. When you look at direct thermal printer, a direct thermal printer prints by applying the heat to the material. It does not use any ribbon, ink, or toner, but it requires a special type of heat-sensitive material that blackens when the heat is applied. Thermal wax transfer printer uses ribbon made of wax or resin-based ink that melt onto printing media. Example, a label or similar, and create a long-lasting, high-quality image. This technique provides unmatched printing quality and durability. Now, thermal wax transfer printers use a heat-sensitive ribbon instead of heat-sensitive paper. It melts wax-based ink from the ribbon onto the paper. The disadvantage with thermal transfer printers are that the heating and the cooling of the print head determines their speed, which means that since the print head is extensively used, it has to be replaced more often. Inkjet printers. Inkjet printers are those that place extremely small droplets of ink onto paper to create an image. They use a reservoir of aqueous ink, a pump, and an ink nozzle to accomplish this. These dots are extremely small and can have different colors combined together to create photo quality images. They essentially work by shooting ink onto paper. Both inkjet and laser printers are non-impact printers in the sense that they do not have mechanisms that physically touch paper in order to create images. However, unlike laser printers, inkjet printer use aqueous ink that spontaneously colors the paper. Inkjet printing is a type of a computer printing that recreates a digital image by propelling droplets of ink onto paper and plastic substrates. Inkjet printers were the most commonly used type of printer in 2008 and range from small, inexpensive consumer models to expensive professional machines. An inkjet printer is a computer peripheral that produces hard copy by spraying ink onto paper. A typical inkjet printer can produce copy with a resolution of at least 300 dots per inch. Some inkjet printers make full-color hard copies at 600 dpi or more. Many models include other devices such as scanner, photocopier, and dedicated fax machine along with the printer in a single box. Laser printers. Laser printers are the fastest and most popular printers on the market today. They produce extremely high quality images, some near photo quality. A laser printer is a type of printer that uses a laser and electrical charge model instead of the traditional printing of ink onto paper. Laser printers have increased the neatness and sophistication of print projects with typical resolutions of 600 dpi or higher. Introduction to scanners. Scanner is a device that scans images, printed texts, and handwriting and converts it into a digital form. Flatbed scanner. The most commonly used scanner is a flatbed scanner, also known as a desktop scanner. It has a glass plate onto the picture or the document is placed. The scanner head placed beneath the glass plate moves across the paper, and the result is a good quality scanned image. For scanning large maps or topo sheets, wide format flatbed scanners are used. A flatbed scanner is an optical scanner which makes use of flat surface for scanning documents. The scanner is capable of capturing all elements on the document and does not require movement of the document. Sheet-fed scanners. Sheet-fed scanners work on a principle similar to that of a machine. In this, the document to be scanned is moved past the scanning head and the digital form of the image is obtained. The disadvantage of this type of scanner is that it can only scan loose sheets. The scanned image can easily become distorted if the document is not handled properly while scanning. A sheet-fed scanner, also referred to as automatic document scanner or ADF scanner, is a digital imaging system specifically designed for scanning loose sheets of paper. Widely used by businesses to scan office documents and less frequently by archives and libraries to scan books that have been disbound or other robust unbound documents. Sheet-fed scanners may be compared in terms of paper weight and size. They are capable of handling duty cycle rating, speed, pages per minute, and duplex capability, meaning it can print on both sides. Finally, The very last type of scanner and the last slide of this lecture is the handheld scanner. A handheld scanner, although portable, can only scan up to 4 inches wide. They require a very steady hand for moving the scan head over the document. They are useful for scanning small logos or signatures and are virtually of no use for scanning maps and photographs. A handheld scanner is an electronic device used for scanning physical documents rather, into digital forms. This can thereby be digitally stored, edited, transferred, or emailed within the digital network. So this finishes our lecture. Thank you for listening, everyone. Goodbye.